Ben, Harry, we're back.
We are back.
Welcome back.
2024.
Very exciting to be here.
Who would have thought? Look at us.
We are renewed.
We
somehow.
are
You
renewed.
said Will has retained his spot, which
Retain
is
my spot.
really good to see.
First drop. Happy to be here.
Yep.
You're kicking us off this year. Now you've come
some
in.
homework.
You've burst into the.
There's a bit of pressure on this, Will.
Oh, he's burst into the studio.
How is there pressure on this?
Came
This is,
bounding in. I said, "Boys, I've got a segment. We're kicking off the podcast with a new segment."
we historically started last year with a riddle.
Yeah.
And I wanted to, it was all right, but I thought we could do it a little bit better. So I'm calling the segment This or That.
Yeah. Nice.
So all I'm going to do is just say a phrase or a word, and then you have to guess, and I'll tell you, and the two
Right, it's
categories.
just for me, Will, or are you playing this as well?
No, you two are playing this.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't be playing because I've got the answers.
Are we giving credit to someone for the idea? Did Dirds come up with it?
If it goes well, then I was going to say I invented it, but if it didn't go well, it was Dirt's.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yep. We'll run with that. So,
And did you invent this particular one? Is this like
yeah, I went home. I created this afternoon. Yeah.
you looked up a random word
Yeah.
and then
It's all done. Yeah.
I'm trying to just reverse engineer how you came up with the word.
So the two categories, it's either IKEA furniture
Yeah.
or an Olympic athlete.
Yeah. Right.
And the word
This is great. This is really good.
The word is Meltorp.
How am I spelling that?
MELLTORP.
Yeah.
So
We've only got 10 we want to be pretty punchy here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
what was
But
it?
then, are you giving us like the?
That's it. That's all it is. And you have to guess what it is.
What was it IKEA or what?
Or an Olympic athlete.
Athlete.
That's your guess?
I am gonna. What would you have picked? I'll go furniture.
Okay. Rollo is correct.
Bang.
It's a table and 4 chairs at IKEA.
Bang.
1-0 to Rollo. So I reckon we'll keep a rolling
So
tally.
you're only doing one. We're only doing one.
Let's
per
do one just
episode.
to start the day. Yep.
I think what you should bring to the table is Meltorp, a table and chairs from IKEA, or a Swedish downhill skier. You know, something like that. Just to
Give it some
kinda-
context.
Yeah, give a
But-
bit of context.
So I'm
Just
saying,
make up some context.
yeah, but yeah. But I wouldn't say Meltorp, a table and 4 chairs from IKEA,
Yeah, you would.
or because I'm just told you what it is. I've told
Yeah,
you
but
what
we're
Meltorp-
trying to
We
pick
don't know
what
what
Meltorp is. I didn't know that was a table and chair.
That's the whole point. You don't have to guess the table and chairs. I'm just saying that, giving you a little bit of context of what it is after, so we all learn a little bit. But
Yeah.
the whole idea is that you guys pick the category, and you got it right.
Okay,
So.
yeah. Look, I'll bank my point.
A rough start to 2024, isn't it?
Well, you didn't like that? I thought it was good.
Oh,
I
that's
didn't mind
good.
it.
Do you agree, MJ? Do you think we should have anyway? This
needs work.
can be an off.
Yeah.
we're all improving as we
I
go.
thought it was all right.
It's great.
geez.
It's
Thanks,
a great.
mate.
It's a great segment.
Tried something new and went well.
We hit up the listeners straight away. We said we're back. We got questions coming back. What is the one thing that everyone wants to know? And I understand that we have a montage of people asking the same thing. So let's hit it.
Pamela from Fulham Gardens, Adelaide here. I want to know, did Harry go to Taylor Swift?
Hey Ben and Harry, it's Mary from Craigieburn. Just wondering if you guys went Taylor Swift, and if you guys did, what was your favourite song performed?
Hi guys, I'm Zara from Elstonwick, and I was just wondering if Harry ended up getting a Taylor Swift ticket to see her in Melbourne. I sure hope he did.
Well,
Wow.
regrettably, no.
You didn't go?
Didn't go.
I can't
yeah.
believe that. After all of that.
Yeah, I know. Look, to be honest, I did think it would be a little bit easier.
Yeah.
And I kind of just put it back, I'll look to get some a bit closer to the date. And then all of a sudden it was here. And yeah, unfortunately didn't get to go. A lot of people, it seemed like everybody went as well.
Yeah.
Which, there's a bit of even at the club on the Friday before that show on the night, there's a lot of people asking around for tickets. And
Oh, it was a scramble.
yeah, it was a scramble for people that historically wouldn't be Taylor Swift fans. So
Yeah.
it is funny that when it comes into vogue and it's cool to be a Taylor Swift fan, everyone kind of comes out. But
On Saturday night, Taylor and I, because we live pretty close to
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, me and Taylor had the night. Taylor, my partner Taylor, we live close to the MCG, so we thought we'd go for a walk around the precincts, and it was It was 60,000 people outside the Concord.
You reckon just
I think it was 40, but yeah.
it was a lot.
Picnicking and
There was picnicking.
They call that tailgating.
Taylor game.
There's a name for it.
There was footage of it in Philly, I think, where it looked like there was almost as many people outside.
There would have
as
been at least
inside.
50,000 people, and so there was
crazy.
certain spots around the ground where you could hear in really clearly. You could hear the music clearer than other areas.
Yeah.
So people would line up outside that spot around the ground and literally like sing and scream and dance. It
Crazy.
was unbelievable.
Were you dancing and singing, or
No, I was just trying to get my way around the ground. It was
You were just
pretty. But you could hear the music so clearly.
Yeah.
It was almost like you were in the ground.
You were soaking up atmosphere.
Yeah, I just thought I'd.
someone actually? I don't know why I'm saying this, but at a cafe this morning said, "Oh, did you go to Taylor Swift?" And I said no. And then they showed me a photo, and they took a photo of Ben walking around the MCG.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So,
There was a few of them.
oh, righto, mate. Good on you, hero.
You're the one that bring it up, mate.
I didn't bring
was a
anything
cool-
up. I brought it
Yeah,
up.
no,
We're not
come
going
on,
to start
come on.
the year like this, mate.
Not using brangs.
Sorry. But it was a cool
2024.
experience. It was a cool experience.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on outside the MCG.
What would have been your favourite song?
Yeah, great question. So my younger brother Charlie and sister
good
Hannah
one.
went.
Yeah.
They said it was phenomenal. They sent through a few videos. Love Story looked amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The
a pretty hard
sing-along.
to beat. Yeah.
Because that's the one where everyone knows the words.
Yeah, every single person.
Could
knows
you
that.
could
Even
you
the
argue that
dads.
if there's close to 100,000 people singing the song, you couldn't actually hear Taylor sing it that clearly?
That's what I was thinking.
I reckon it adds to the atmosphere. Like 100,000 people singing the same
I get
lyrics
that,
is just so cool.
Surely
If
wouldn't
you
be
wanted to
able
hear Taylor sing, just listen
100%.
to her on Spotify.
Taylor's version.
All right. Why are you going to
Why are we attacking?
Simple question.
I was walking because I went to Matchbox 20 on Friday night, which was next door. It was at Rod Laver.
Oh, no.
I nearly felt
And-
sorry for him.
Yeah, and I was walking. It was full for the record, but as we were walking away, just like down to Swan Street, there were some like 10-year-old girls, and me and my friend were just like, "Oh, how was it? Yeah, what was the last song she played?" And like, Karma.
Yeah, I heard, someone said that as well.
if like, come
should
on,
know
duh.
that.
Yeah.
She always plays Karma, so I felt like an idiot. But Taylor Swift, wow, and
Took
now
over
she's
Melbourne.
There probably hasn't
took over
been.
Melbourne.
I was saying to someone today, there hasn't been an artist that I can remember that's captivated a whole
Yeah, not like
nation like it actually has. It's been
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
But we saw her in 2015, I think it was, and she was back out in Australia 2017, 18 maybe,
Yeah,
and she was big, but not this.
not
level
this.
Big.
Nah,
This
This
is
is like usually
next level.
they do like the new album they've just released, but this is
Yeah.
all of her 10 albums.
yeah, she's
Crazy.
exploded. I think like 55% of people that went in Melbourne were from interstate, so a lot of travelling. Crazy
That's why you
big
couldn't get a
numbers.
ticket.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Well done, Swifty.
yeah.
And you know, Taylor Swift plays at the MCG more times this year than Brisbane Lions. It's a fun fact.
There you go.
she's
Yeah.
got a more favourable fixture than a few interstate clubs.
Fair enough
So
as well, probably.
Hey.
good pivot into footy. All right, so we've got 2 match simulations coming up for you two this week. So H, you're going to play Geelong Thursday at Icon Park for 20-minute periods.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's pretty short and sharp.
Yeah, that's one of the shorter ones. I
Yeah.
saw Melbourne and Richmond played 7 periods on Sunday.
Yeah, I think every sports science probably and coaches would want to do it a little bit differently, but
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's preparing for. We got Melbourne the week after, and that'll be a full,
Proper match.
proper dress rehearsal for
Yeah.
opening round. So it's exciting though that games are finally here. It's felt like a long preseason.
Yeah. Hot week this week. I think you just said before 36.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be so hot, but at least we play at 11 o'clock. Oh, it's probably right in the teeth of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Have
that's
you,
all right.
have you played a real stinker before? Is it like up in, you haven't been to Darwin, I guess, but
We played Darwin one year.
home and away game.
Yeah, in the COVID year.
Oh,
It was
COVID.
an amazing game, actually. It was really cool. After the game, all the locals were like chasing after the bus and jumping on, and it was so cool. It was
That is cool.
it was awesome. But that was like at night. It was probably only 27 or 8, but
Yeah.
very humid, obviously. But yeah, I can't remember too many that have been in the 30s.
Yeah.
That's all right.
May as well jump to a question here. This is Marcus from Rowville about the Blues preseason.
G'day, fellas. Marcus from Rowville and the Old Dark Blues channel. Question for Harry. What's been the biggest difference from last preseason to this one? Cheers.
Nice.
Yeah, good question. Was it Marcus?
Marcus.
Yeah, thanks, Marcus. Tough question. It's always hard to distinguish. I feel like every year is the hardest one you've done.
Okay.
And I was speaking to Jack Russell, our head of high performance the other day, and he said the numbers say like it's been the biggest one in my 9 years or since
Really?
there's been data. Which I think generally trends like every year you can do a little bit more through sports science and
Is that because you're getting older, or is that the whole playing list?
well since Jack's been there since 2018 was like the most we've done.
Right.
And the biggest preseason we've done, and probably a shorter block as well. So, in that regard, you've done a little bit more. But I think across the board, I don't know what Ben says, but the intensities do tend to go up and up each year. I just think the way everyone returns, the intensity has just been to another level. Like, I think competition for spots is really high. The condition everyone returned in, the standard of training has been really, really high. So I think we're at that stage we're just keen to see how it translates against opposition. So you can only play against your teammates so often. So it'll be cool to see what you've been doing, how that works against an opposition, and fine tune a few things before the season. So it's been really exciting. It's been really punchy because we started a week earlier and we made finals for my first time. So we started a little bit later as well. So it's been quite punchy but really intense. So it's been really good fun.
We should mention that Vossi re-signed since we last spoke in here. You've both played with coaches that have been under pressure, I suppose. And then when you get a coach like Vossi who was, not necessarily on the cusp of being sacked, but halfway through last year, questions were being raised.
Yeah.
And then to see a coach that's now re-signed, pressure's off. Do you see that, or are they all pretty calm throughout the whole sort of process of that thing?
I think Vossi does an amazing job of not letting the external narrative affect how he turns up every day as a coach and as a person. He, even throughout the challenges of last year and probably in the teeth of it all, he was still big on turning up to the club and looking for the positives and trying to turn the thing around and not let the weight of the external noise drag him down. So it's not like he rocked up the day after re-sign and he's smiling more and
bouncing through the So it's not obvious.
He might be doing that at home with Donna or his wife, I don't know. But he definitely keeps a very level-headed approach to it all. And it's a fantastic reward. I'd be you could sign him for 5-10 years, I think, as long as he wants, because he's been fantastic for the footy club. And all the players are pumped to see him get that extension for sure.
It's so exciting for Carlton fans, who I can't imagine have felt this good going into a season in years, like 20 years. So you must feel that.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's hard, especially this time of year. You can probably avoid all the footy stuff a bit more because you can just kind of get into the rhythm of training, and it's not as full on as a season in terms of the external footy stuff. So we've been going out of business a bit more quietly under the radar, I felt. But hearing the odd thing, obviously expectations are high after making a prelim last year, which is really natural. But we've been big on just trying to get better, control what we can control. Nothing's promised at all. Just because you made a final last year doesn't mean that you're gifted that spot the season after. So every other team has had a really good preseason as well. They feel like they're humming. Optimism is high. So but we're in a good spot, and I think learning the lessons from last year holds us in a better spot than probably 12 months ago, I reckon. Yeah. So, it's exciting, but again, nothing's promised.
Yeah. Ben, you're in the situation with a club that didn't make the 8, but is right in the mix. And so, I mean, it must be so different coming into a different playing group and then seeing a different standard, because even like Harry's saying, year to year it changes. So what's been some of your biggest observations so far?
Mate, it's gone so quickly. I can't believe we're already sort of halfway through late Feb. I mean, we started in sort of late October, early November, really, when I was floating into the club and meeting people. And it's like any job or new relationship or anything, the first 2 or 3 weeks are going to be a little bit uncomfortable and bit edgy, but it's amazing how quickly you feel at home. I mean, you're spending 8-10 hours a day there. So I think after probably 2 or 3 weeks, I felt like home. It was really quickly. And it's actually quite a few people that I used to work with at North that are at the club as well. Obviously Goldie and Brad and Ben Jacobs is our backline coach who I played with at North for 5-6 years. And there's a few other staff members who just happen to be there now these days. So there's a few little things like that probably made the transition a little bit easier. But
so we were talking about that. So Brad has brought a few over, but then some are just coincidental.
Yep. So I think I could be wrong, but I'm going to say between 5 and 10 players and staff that I've crossed paths with and had time with at North at now at Essendon. So it's certainly at the start it made it a little bit easier, but I suppose as you get into it, it just becomes pretty normal. But it's been.
Let's say, what about, have you found the like the size of Essendon? Even so, for me, it sounds silly, but I've had quite a few people come up and say, "Are you Ben or Harry?" Which is quite a people come up and speak to. And when I say I'm Harry, quite a few people have actually been disappointed and said, "Oh, all good then," and then just kind of walked off. So they were actually wanting to speak to Ben, which I probably hadn't experienced too much in the past. So there's definitely a lot of Essendon fans out there. That's something that I've noticed.
There is. I mean, we had probably 2 or 3 open training sessions across the pre-season, and there would have been between 2, 3, 4,000 people there. Like, it was just stupid.
That is stupid.
Yeah, it's amazing, really.
So
And
fun.
Even when you sign autographs after training, some of the staff members have to say, "No, that's enough. Like, run inside. Like, there's no way you can get through all of them."
Wow.
So that's been nice to experience how passionate they are and just the quantity of them.
Yeah.
If they wanted your autograph, or is it you've been kind of saying, "I'm here as well if anyone wants to signature"?
Front and center. We've already got the 32 on the back wheel, and
32. Do you have to adjust the signature?
well, not really, because
Well, you just
I've
write
had this
32,
conversation.
But like, have you made a mistake?
Not yet. I've had this conversation a lot. If I were to put the 2 in front of the 3 for 23, I can always just put the 3 in front of that, so I can work it out. It's never been an
That's true.
issue.
If you put it
Wait,
two,
just
you
on
can-
that randomly, have you ever signed like a bank statement or something and accidentally put your number? I reckon I've done that a few
I'm always
times.
no, I haven't.
Because you're so used to putting your
Yeah.
number on everything.
You have to stop yourself, don't you? But
They must think, what a wanker.
what does 10 mean?
Just out of habit.
What are your thoughts on the number 32, Will?
32. I'm trying to think.
Do you want me to give you some background on why?
Oh, you did do a big essay on Instagram about that.
Yeah, you told us, didn't you? It was like a fresh start.
Yeah, well, obviously
flipping-
wore 23
flipping
and
the-
all.
yeah.
What do you think
And
of that
there's-
post, by the way, Will?
It was pretty much everything that you told us in here from memory.
Yeah. Well, not to the listeners. I wouldn't have sort of explained it too
Maybe
much.
not.
on it.
Okay.
was
yeah,
a
I was
bit of an
over.
essay,
I
but-
was over in Europe. Giving the fans what they want, mate. An insight.
yeah.
I was over in Europe and
Did they ask for an insight?
They're
absolutely,
following
No,
him.
sorry,
Come
mate.
on.
yeah, come on, man. You're already anyway. I was
we're
over in
back.
Europe and the PDM from Essendon messaged me and said, just thinking about numbers. What are your
Sorry,
thoughts?
the who?
The player development manager,
Right,
the
okay.
welfare
PDM.
guy.
Yeah.
And he said there's 30 available, 32, and a few others. And I was like, obviously not many low numbers available. So my brain started thinking, well, how can we make a positive situation out of a high number? And
Yeah.
23, obviously the reverse of 32. So that was like, at least it's the same numbers. And then we just finished watching the David Beckham documentary.
I think it was I said that part.
No.
Yeah, in the WhatsApp. I remember.
I sent in.
Oh, we'll
I've
have to look
got
for proof.
30 and 32 available. What do you think, just to the family?
Yeah.
And a couple of people. Dad was happy because Tim Watson wore it.
Yep.
And I think Dad was a big Tim Watson fan. So, but also we'd just watched the David Beckham documentary, and he went from 23 to 32. And I was just trying to look at some positives on it.
Right.
And the last one was 32 minus 23 is 9, and we're starting our 9th season. So I was like, you know what?
That's nice. There's
Let's
a bit of
roll. Let's
symmetry.
roll with it, and we'll
Yeah.
see what happens. So
Yeah.
that was why.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
it's a famous number at Essendon, so that was another important.
Do you know anyone else who's worn it at Essendon?
Just put me on the spot
No-
here.
no one's- no
Travis
one's-
Blumfield.
Collier, yeah.
Trav Collier used to wear
You
it?
guys are
Trav-
good at this game.
Yeah, Trav. I think no one's worn it in a couple of seasons. I think there's 3 or 4 people in the locker. I think Justin Blumfield might be one of them, and Tim Watson and a couple others. So, yeah, it's and that was another reason. No one's worn it in a few years, so you can make it your own. And
Yeah.
I like it. It's growing on me. So,
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, but it's all going well, mate. I'm excited for we play St Kilda on Friday. So
Yes.
that'd be good to play your first sort of unofficial game at least with the boys. And
Yep.
it's amazing how I didn't do a lot of training before Christmas, and you feel a part of the group, but I don't think it's until you train with the group you feel really part of it. So that was a big mini milestone to really feel engaged with the group. So I can't imagine what it's like when you play game after game with these guys. So they've all been great, but I think when the season starts is when you really feel a part of the group. So we're getting towards a good time of the year.
So you've come over to Essendon at the same time as Jade Gresham, Xavier Dersma, and Goldie,
Big
of
Goldie, yep.
course. Todd Goldstein, who you were a teammate of for a long time.
Yeah.
We have a question from Jake regarding this kind of question, so we'll let him ask it.
Hey guys, Jake here from Tassie. Just a question for Ben. Just wanted to ask which player he's most excited to play alongside at the Dons. Welcome to the Bombers, Ben, and go well. Go Bombers.
Go Bombers.
Thanks, Jake.
Snaky. Do you reckon he gets called Snake?
Snaky.
I would have thought
Every
so.
Jake gets called Snake.
I don't know many Jakes.
We'd love to hear
personally.
Jake from Tassie. Can you let us know if you do
Yeah.
get called Snake, please?
Perfect.
That'd be good. I think all of the players, but a couple that have really impressed me, like Andy McGrath. I really enjoy playing with Andy. We've been training down back together, and probably those those guys similar to my age in terms of experience as well, like Mason Redmond and Jordan Ridley. Those three or four guys, especially working with them very closely down back.
It's a good back line.
I'm very excited to play with, and they're all great fellas. And Nick Martin as well. He's a gun. Yeah, I can't wait to play with Nick. Peter Wright, he's someone who works extremely hard and someone I've gravitated towards.
Have you played on him a lot?
A little bit. He's sort of been in and out. We've both been in and out across the pre-season on different teams, and you know how they mix and match the teams. But he's someone I've learned off, and he works extremely hard. So there's some names I suppose I'm looking forward to playing with. Yep.
It's awesome. So yeah, Essendon, St Kilda, RSCA Park. They're 4 25-minute periods down there. So
yeah.
Weird. Are the clubs talking to each other and working?
I think the one on when was Richmond and who was it?
Richmond, Melbourne on Sunday.
I reckon the VFL would have played the last 3 quarters, and
it effectively
the AFL
was.
squad would have played the first 4. But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Harry, but the VFL will play a separate game after we play. I'm assuming that's what's happening with you guys.
Yeah. We saw some weird ones last year though. It was like 8 15-minute periods and just
it's
funky
bizarre,
sort of stuff. Yeah. Are you looking forward to just having a game?
Oh man. Yeah, absolutely. You made a good point around. There's only a certain amount of times you can verse your teammates without really wanting to put it to test against someone else.
Yeah.
So, and the reality is 18 teams are sitting here right now thinking they've had a good preseason and worked hard, which I'm sure everyone has, but the real test is when you play opposition. So bring it on.
Have you ever come off the field from a preseason game against another club and been like, oh, we're hot shit here, or like, oh, we're no good this year? Like, do you take anything out of a preseason game? Do you ever have that feeling? Sometimes more than others?
Yeah.
Or?
It's hard to judge because it's like everyone's on managed minutes, everyone's on like there's 20-minute quarters, so it's not really that realistic. I think it's more, is the stuff you wanted to work on over the summer, did we see some translation straight away? Like, if you want to change something defensively, like, did we see that and how did that work, like in snippets? I think that's cool to see, but I don't think you read into the results too much.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, maybe the more proper one where it's full game, full minutes, full everything, but I wouldn't, you wouldn't,
No.
You wouldn't lose
if we don't win, it's not like, oh, we're going to have a shit year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Completely agree.
We were talking just before off air about the pre-season camps as well. So where did you both go, respectively?
Yeah.
Ben?
We were up in Shepparton. It was only for one night, so we're only there for just over 24 hours. So we were up there, I don't know, 10 a.m. on the Monday, and we were back Tuesday afternoon. So it wasn't too bad, but unfortunately we had to share rooms.
I think Rollo was going to get to that. Were you?
Oh, no, I was just wondering about the shared rooms. So did you share rooms as well, Harry?
Well, no. Some guys got their own rooms, some didn't.
Yeah. Where did you guys go?
We were in Bendigo.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Shout out to Will Setterfield because I shared with Setters.
Yeah.
Harry knows Setters a little bit. He's a good fella, great fella. And he said just before we're going to bed, and I'll set the scene. We had single beds and they were tiny and they were probably...
Everyone had single beds?
Yeah. I think maybe 1 or 2 guys got their own room through different circumstances, but majority of the players got their own sharing rooms, and they were literally...
You'd be like...
They'd
come up to that, like up to your calf, wouldn't it?
The single beds were between me and your weight. They were like a metre. So it was, if
brutal.
I
It's
reached
like
out my
jail.
arm, I could touch Setters.
Yeah.
And he said before we were going to sleep, we were like, oh, good night, whatever. And he's like, oh, sorry, mate. I'm notoriously known for snoring. Like, I apologise, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, God, this could be a long night. But it
was just a race to get to sleep.
Basically. But it was all right. Setters was fine, and we got a bit of sleep, so it was all good.
Yeah. Yeah. Shared rooms. I can't believe. But I guess if you've got to go to Shepparton, there's not many
still, I mean,
Hiltons out there.
Anyway, it was one night. It wasn't too bad.
It was good fun. It's always good fun at community camps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to primary schools and seeing all the
Absolutely.
kids and stuff. So cool.
It was great.
Yeah. Well, who was telling me that when you get older, those like school camps get funner and you see the young guys?
Yeah.
Was that you, Ben?
So true.
We had a first year Le Mans in our group. We had myself, Peter Wright, maybe one other guy as well who'd been around a little while, and we were talking to grade 4 or grade 5. So we're just asking, the most ridiculous questions, not even knowing what they're saying.
Yeah.
And Lamont, being like the respectful guy, he's never had one of these before. He was saying the most political, like respectful
Talking
answer.
to kids
like,
about performance mindset. Staying in the moment.
And we were given like one word, sort of like funny answers, and Lamont was being really serious with it and like going into in-depth conversation with these kids, and they weren't even listening probably.
So kids like, do you love playing footy?
Yeah, he's like,
and then he's like, well, every week's a new challenge. Oh, that's hilarious.
That's funny.
Who's taking the reins here?
I reckon Ben can have it.
All right, go, Ben.
All right. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, leave us a review, please. I'm not sure how many we got last year, but I'm hoping they were all pretty positive.
Always review if
Yeah.
you can, if you're on
And
Apple.
if you're on Spotify, hit the bell and you'll be notified when the new episodes are released.
Bang.
Welcome
Not
to
bad.
2024.
Nice. We are flying.
Yeah, it's been a good start.
We trained the house down, hit the ground running. All right. I think we do it.
Let's go.
Ben and Harry's
I'm so excited for this.
winners
Birds often think I'm a tree.
and losers.
I hate cheese.
Oh my god!
Oh, that tree
Someone
comment
heard-
still gets me every time.
If someone heard that out of context, everything. What are you talking about?
Birds often think I'm a tree.
Did not make a lot of sense at the time.
It did actually.
Well, not really.
Is it still the case?
Has it changed?
Occasionally, there's this. I think I said there was this one bird that just like kept on trying to land on my head in Middle Park where I was walking.
Angry Carlton supporter, maybe.
Just eyeballing it.
maybe.
All right. Fresh rock.
Yeah, I'll take
Oh.
it because it's relevant. Mine's very relevant.
Oh, so how do you know what mine is?
Yours won't be as relevant as this.
I'll guarantee it will be. But anyway,
It's
All
probably-
Do you want a better?
Is it traffic?
traffic on a Monday, man.
Traffic's always relevant. Oh, I had a shocking weekend of traffic.
Did you?
When
Mate, you couldn't be as bad as me. I couldn't
Yeah.
get home yesterday because of the St Kilda.
Yeah, St Kilda
Festival.
Fest. Yeah.
And I live in Bayside, and I literally couldn't
Yeah.
get home.
You know what? I reckon that's what slowed me down too. I didn't think about it. It
Yeah.
was
Yep.
awful. Kingsway yesterday. My God. All right. No more traffic.
You guys done or what?
No
Yeah,
more
so-
traffic. Ben.
I said it was relevant because obviously we spoke about earlier. Taylor's in town and she did a great job. But for my birthday, I got Coldplay tickets.
Oh yeah, November.
Yes,
Yeah.
November. So Taylor got me some Coldplay tickets for my
Dang.
birthday. And we hadn't spoken since. So that was my twinner.
Have you seen Coldplay?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
And obviously
yeah.
I've come in here and said I'm a big fan of Coldplay. So Chris,
Bang.
But you didn't know that. Did you know the song?
Yeah, I did. I nailed it.
Which one?
Not sure.
You guys put me to the test and you said
You could
"Do
name
know?"
two.
But anyway, that's my twinner. Coldplay at Marvel in November. So
Yeah.
I'm
Well, that's
excited.
good, but I don't think it's super relevant. It's not until
It's,
November, but you claim that it
relevant,
was
as
just
in
all
it's-
relevance.
It's relevant in in terms
Wait,
of Taylor
concert.
being here. I agree. It's not that relevant.
It's not that relevant, mate.
What is yours?
Well, my
How's that not
twinner-
relevant, by the way?
It's
We're
in
talking
November.
about
It's November,
we're
mate.
talking about concerts and getting tickets and
That is, yeah.
Nah,
I see what you mean.
you could. It's a loose translation.
Is yours more relevant?
Yeah. So today,
oh my, what could this be?
today we were lucky enough to have Scottie Pippen and Luke Longley come into the club, so you got to
Really?
spend the afternoon with those boys.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so really cool. They came into the club. It was, yeah, you could tell something big was happening because it was like security in the foyer. They rocked in this all black.
So you didn't know about it?
No, we knew about it.
Oh.
Yeah, obviously we knew about it. Because
No, but the way you say, I agree.
yeah, sorry. Yeah. But yeah, rolled in with this all black Merc. It was really cool. And then yeah, all players and staff, AFLW and men's and the whole facility, the whole football department in our kind of function area. They came and spoke for about an hour and a half, and it was so cool. Yeah,
Hour and a half.
hour and a half. Yeah, it was.
Just talking to you guys.
Yeah, so Bossy ran a Q&A, spoke awesome. Bossy.
Wow.
Then a few players asked questions, and yeah, they were really cool.
Because Vossi, was he involved in the Tom Brady talk, or did he just catch up
Well,
past?
It's
so
another story, isn't it?
Yeah.
well, it was kind of so we had Tom Brady penciled to come into the club,
Oh shit.
speak us personally, and it fell through unfortunately. So I think that was part of why Scottie and Luke came today, but. Yeah, so that was going to be a few people from Carlton end up going to see Tom Brady. Vossi was one of them.
Yeah.
He caught a pass. From.
He was always going to hold on to that.
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah. No, he
The
said it was
king.
like, well, I wasn't dropping that.
he? Yeah.
They said that was really good, but yeah, it was awesome to have those guys there. I reckon the biggest takeaways, one was like just especially Scottie Pippen. He's a cool dude, man. He was like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
swagger. He just rolled in. His voice is like, and they're massive. Like he looks so athletic still as well. He's like whatever he would nearly be, 40s, 50s.
Yeah. Because like to the average person, you guys tower, but
Yeah,
like
these guys just look
does-
like a different level. Even like shaking his hand was so big,
yeah,
like crazy.
like you're looking up to him, or is it
Oh,
more
yeah.
subtle than that?
Yeah, well, Luke Longley's 7 foot, so
7 is
Yeah.
crazy high.
they're big dudes.
Yeah.
But as much as it's probably like any stereotype, like you think they're kind of rock stars and
Yeah.
big personalities, but they were lovely. Like they were really good mates up the front, just talking about their experiences together. Really respectful and had a smile, had a laugh, and it was really great. So it was cool to see, some big names in the industry, some all-time greats. Still be really down to earth and human. So I think they've got a show. It's through the NBL. They're promoting the game, and they've got a show maybe Saturday night. So if you're looking for something to do and want to go listen to them speak,
someone else is part of it as well. Like Shane Jacobson's doing it, but there's another player, isn't there?
Yeah, what's his name? Used to wear the glasses. MJ, you know it. Horace? No, is it Horace Grant? Grant Horace?
Oh, is it?
Something like maybe.
We can obviously dream all this.
But
do you reckon there are more NBA or NFL fans at the club?
Definitely NFL at Essendon.
Really?
Huge.
It's tight. I reckon more guys would be probably know more about NBA.
Yeah.
There's probably like 10 to 12 like really, really strong NFL fans.
Yeah.
But then like say last week when the Super Bowl was on, everyone was an NFL expert that day. And we were just watching the NFL and everyone was saying all this stuff. So it's always really funny.
You don't want to give the ball back to Mahomes.
Mahomes is born for this, man. Trust me. Like everyone was saying that.
You're right. It was Horace Grant who's part of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Horace Grant. Yep.
Losers.
That was the longest twinners we've ever had, I reckon.
Yeah, no,
in a
it
good
was
way.
good.
That was
I
good.
liked it.
You can't do anything, can you? Seriously.
It was
I
relevant.
was complimenting
You said you got Coldplay tickets.
Well, I didn't know you had bloody Scottie Pippen.
That's why
it's hard to top that.
Well, Coldplay is still pretty good.
It's a good twinner out of the game.
No, my you might have the same one actually, but my loser was obviously this time of year. You do a lot of media. You got your Channel 7. You got your club.
Yeah, mine was going to be this as well.
Yeah, we did talk about.
We talked about this off the other day.
We did.
We
It is funny.
We do a shared loser.
Shared loser.
So yeah, there's your team photos where it's normally a morning. You've got AFL photos. You've got Channel 7. You've got Foxtel, and the loser is. I reckon they could condense it into maybe one day instead of doing it over 3 days.
Well,
yeah.
Well, my loser was like I understand like that's just part of it and that's fine. But when you're doing the photo shoots, especially like they kind of forget that you're not a model and you're a football player.
Yeah.
And some of the poses they get you to do.
Oh my god.
You just feel like saying like, mate, I know you're a photographer, but I'm telling you this will not look good. So some of the ones that like we had one the other day and they were like, first of all, just standing there, he's like, "Oh, we're just gonna spray a bit of water on you just to make you look a bit like
I had that today.
Sweaty and stuff."
Oh, really?
And I was like, "Oh, righto." And then goes on the arms and bang straight in the face, and I was like, "Yeah, couldn't see through my eyes because there's water in it." So that wasn't a great start.
Well, why did he do that?
I don't know.
To make you look bigger.
But like, can't he tell you?
He's doing it to make me look sweatier.
Yeah, but like, surely, what the surprise spray?
I don't know what he was thinking.
Heads up.
Oh, it was just as many questions as you. But then they were like, the worst one is when they try and get you to like recreate like a goal, like a real emotional goal celebration.
Oh my god!
They always
and he was, like,
look cringe.
screaming at you.
Screaming.
He was screaming. It was really like.
I know. I had the same thing. We had our Channel 7/AFL media today, and
I didn't need to say the production. But
No, that's all right. They'll know who they are.
yeah, they know that.
They got the result.
Yeah, but this guy, I had to do 5 takes of screaming as passionate as I can.
Go again.
Yeah,
He's like, come on, Ben.
he'd do it before I did it to get me in the mood almost.
And I just started laughing.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So he has to do that with like 20 players from each club.
Because he knew
10 a day.
You know,
I
he
reckon.
knew it was going to be awkward. So if he felt if he did it first, it would sort of like
But that made it more awkward.
Yeah.
And then you have to do
back it
ones
up.
where he's like, all right, mate, I want you to look up at the, like you're looking up to level 4. I want you to grab your jersey and just like an emotional look, like you just pointed out something up there. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to do that. And then,
most cringe thing
and
ever.
then they were trying to do one where they showed a highlight from the year before and they tried to recreate that or the celebration or whatever. And
Yeah. Because you're generally just like a fist bump.
yeah, mine
looking
was
at the
fine. Mine
boys.
was like just had come on or something. But one
Yeah.
of the boys was saying, might have been Cotters, that his highlight was like a chase down tackle. And they were like, righto, mate, we want you to like recreate this. So he had to there was like a 2 meter like white photography thing that they use. What would it be called? Like a background.
Yeah.
So they're like, just take 3 really quick steps and try and stride and then lunge as if you're doing a tackle. And they tried to record that. I don't know what they were thinking.
What photo is that?
I don't know. So Cotters is going to be lunging at like no one.
Yeah. Well, if you're a fan of footy and you see these photos pop up after goals and stuff, just think about your favourite AFL players and have a moment of just reflection, like how cringe that would have been for them.
Yep. Please.
It's not in the job title, those
No,
ones.
that's awful.
Anyway, they're all a bit
Anyway,
of fun. So.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, question time, which we'll do within. The hot sale.
No,
was
remember
it?
we replaced it with this and that. This
Yeah.
last
They're
time.
not doing it.
Harry wanted to bench it.
Yeah. I
Wasn't great.
wanted to come to the start of the show.
It's pretty shit anyway.
Why are you so negative with it all?
Wow.
Seriously.
Well, let's get into questions because for 2024, we'll do these within the episode because we're going to aim to do an episode weekly, which is good. So we can cover all the big issues as they break. And that means that we'll get your questions within the episode as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear the first question from Ben.
Yeah, g'day lads. It's Ben from Wembley here, over here in WA. Just a quick one for Ben. Is there anyone of the Dons that surprised you with their ability? Anyone that, you maybe didn't think too much of before you were at the club, but you've really been blown away? Cheers.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, good question, Ben. I touched on him earlier, but I'd say Peter Wright and his professionalism was not mind-blowing, but it was very, very... what he does is pretty strong. And
do you want to give some context?
Yeah, what do you mean?
What does he do? That'd be cool to hear.
He's very diligent in everything he does. I respect people like that. So I think his application, even just his mentality, and I mean, if you're walking around the club, you know what I mean. So I think Pete sort of caught me by surprise on how diligent he is. No dissimilar to you and all the other guys who really care about what they do and what they want to get out of their career. I reckon Pete. And maybe Darcy Parish, I reckon. Like I knew he was a good player, but seeing him up close and the way he trains has been very impressive. So, probably those two.
Yeah, nice.
Cool.
What are some of the little things that make someone really professional around the club? Is it like, are they doing extra work after a session, or are they?
I just think you can tell in their mentality and how they go. Like let's say in the gym, like every rep counts and things like that. Just some guys can maybe float through it, or but he's got a really strong mentality of just wants to get the best out of himself at every moment, and you can really tell that like he lives it. So I think
cool.
In an AFL environment, sometimes that doesn't always come to the fore, but for Pete, that's been something that I've really noticed. So he's a really good guy as well. So we've gotten along well.
I love hearing things like that because then
it
you
is
look
cool.
at players differently like that. You just like
Yeah, I agree.
a lot of respect.
Yeah.
Maddie.
Hi, my name is Maddie and I've just moved to Melbourne from Adelaide, and my question is, would you rather never brush your teeth again or never wash your body again? Go Blues!
Firstly, Matty, great move from Adelaide. I reckon
Welcome.
that's a big tick. So great work there. Gee, it's a tough question.
Yeah.
Ben, your teeth aren't great. Do you reckon you want to answer?
Why would I reply to that?
What? Answer the question.
I would prefer not to brush my teeth, and I prefer to shower.
I think it's a no-brainer.
Imagine like how yucky
It'd be
breath would
awful.
though.
But then you just
You're a
stink.
lose-lose.
But, well, you could spray. But then can you use?
Deodorant can
Can
only
you
do
use
so much.
Listerine?
Oh, interesting. I reckon Listerine's out.
Or but you could use deodorant and aftershave.
I prefer to use Listerine and not brush my teeth and have a shower.
No, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that'd be great.
No, if
to have
you
a shower
can't-
and
if
be able
you-
to brush your teeth. Yeah.
No, if you can't brush your teeth, you're saying. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying, but if you could use deodorant
Yes.
and aftershave, then I would maybe lean towards that if I couldn't use, if you could use Listerine. Yeah.
All right.
I think we can all agree we'd rather not shower and not brush our teeth rather than living in Adelaide. So well done, Maddie.
Yeah, that's probably a better hypothetical. I reckon.
You've
Would you rather live in Adelaide?
Good switch, Maddie.
Yeah, great work.
Cheap
mate.
shop. Finally from Henry.
Hi, I'm Henry. I want to know what boots does Harry wear. I live in Cranbourne East. I want to kick just like Harry.
Oh,
That was so
good
good.
on you, Henry.
Thanks,
Henry's
Henry.
32, by the way.
I was going to say something about, he said, I want to kick like Harry, but I think it's a bit early.
Be a smart
I think it's
ass.
a bit
No,
early.
go for it.
I think it's a bit early in the year for that.
No. Go, I would love you to go and be a smart ass.
Go for
on,
it.
say it.
Go.
No. Answer the question, man.
I held back so many cheap shots all episode. Wish I didn't now. Thanks, Henry, for the
restrained
question.
myself. Yeah, well done, Henry.
That was really
Well
great,
done.
mate.
That was so cute.
The boots I wear, they're Puma, the Futures, and they've just come out. They're all white with like a little splash of pink / purple. So they're the Futures. I'm sure you could get them from the Puma website.
Yeah, nice.
If not, maybe Rebel Sport. But yeah, they're really comfortable, and hopefully you can kick lots of goals wearing them, mate. So those are the ones I'll be wearing.
So
to definitely start the
Best
year
in the
now.
business they are.
You've got the same ones?
I do.
Oh, nice. And will you wear them all season?
Well, you
they-
always think of you think, yeah, I'll wear those all year, but then new ones come out.
They release a
Right,
different
okay.
colourway or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I
But
traditionally
it's-
do like wearing all white boots. So
You're not just switching to something crazy halfway through the year. Like
probably
color
not.
wise, you might, but it's always
the
similar
same
style.
future, yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
You don't want to.
Yeah.
Your feet, your body gets used to wearing a certain style.
Yeah.
You don't want to just go and change it
Yeah.
kind of randomly.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, good question,
Good
Henry.
question,
Thanks, Henry.
Lots
Just a
of
reminder,
goals.
we are on Insta and TikTok.
Nice.
Head to @Ben and Harry Podcast. Send us a DM. We do love all the messages and support and have some fun with it. We always enjoy it. So
Give us a follow, DM.
Give us a follow. Hypotheticals are fun.
yeah.
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 Hypothetical,
Nice.
just anything. Just say good day.
If it pops into your mind.
Yeah.
Good
Beautiful.
app. Nice. We're away.
Welcome back.
Out of the gate.
Yeah. Started well, you reckon? Were we
Yeah.
first out?
Yeah, no, we're training the house down. Yeah. This is
Little cliche.
yeah, if this was a preseason, yeah,
10 out of 10.
keep your eye on this podcast.
Yeah. We're all humming. We're all on Cree
Humming. Yeah. Boys, you want to watch this podcast. Nice.
Well done, guys.
Good work, guys. We'll see you next week.
Go well.
Let's go.
Go Blues.
Go Bombers.
Oh, he said it. He said the R. He said the R.
I've got to start saying go Dons. It's so much easier.
Yeah, go Dons.